Howdy folks, this is Star Wars Dan, and I'm going to show you our Fuzzy Wuzzy records. These are actually original 1950 recordings from a record shop that closed up. You can see here, these are some of the other titles we also received from the same warehouse find. They're all National labels, which was a smaller New York City firm, and the story goes that they had a bit of trouble with their distribution chain back in the day. This is one of the boxes we got from the warehouse. You can see it says fragile. And contained within the box, we've got 4 separate boxes. Each of these boxes, if I open this up, you'll see contains many copies of this. I believe at last count, when I checked, it was about 2 dozen in each box. They're all brand new, coming straight out of the original shipper's cartons. I pulled this one out just before I started to recording to kind of, just to give you an idea for an intro of what I was going to be showing you. But I literally pulled it out just like this one right here. You can see they're brand new. They've got these beautiful mint condition, pretty much mint condition sleeves. These have never been out of the shipper's cartons before. There's a little bit of fold over, or they may not lie totally flat just because they've been cooped up in these boxes like this for so many years. Very slight discoloration here, you can see, which is mostly the lighting here. It's in some light that's not even gonna show. Now I'm actually gonna take one of these, believe it or not. We're gonna come over here to my record player, and I'm gonna actually play this for you, or I'll play a small bit of it. This is a little bit difficult because I'm one-handed, because I'm actually holding the camera while I do this, but we'll take that right out of there. Now you can see here there's a very slight bow to this record, and that's pretty normal for these old recordings. Look at how clean that is. It's got my fingerprints on it because I opened it just to check and make sure it was okay before I started filming. But I can open another one here and you'll see the same thing. Really mint condition. These have not been touched since 1950. This record store went out of business in 1950, and everything just sat in this warehouse the whole time. We went to the liquidation sale. We bought the entire shipper's pallet full of National records. You can see this one also has a very slight bow to it, which may kind of alarm some people at first on visual inspection, but it's really not a big deal. I've played these and they play perfect. They're great. The reason that happens is just because these are the old-time shellac records, and originally when these were stored in this box, these cardboard sleeves right here were upright, like so. And you can see what's happened just because of their own weight, the age of sitting that way in their own weight for so many years. They just tend to slightly bow. I've been told that this can actually be flattened out by someone who knows what they're doing, but it's really not necessary. Let's see, which one should we take here? Let's head over to the record player. I've only got so much recording time here to show you. We're just going to come right over here. We're in my workshop, actually, right here. I have my Crosley Stack-O-Matic. This is a repro record player I bought cheap on eBay, maybe 5 to 7 years ago or so. It's a little dusty here, but this goes on just like that. We slide our arm over. This is a 3-speed, 3-size record player. You can see here, if this will focus. I've got you can't really see it probably on this, in this lighting, but my speed controls are over down in here, or rather my size controls. These are my speed controls over here. This is a 78 RPM, which is 78 revolutions per minute. And over on this side, you can see, here's my on-off auto. My record player is not all that great. I'm just going to play part of it for you so you can just get a sense. This is actually the B-side, which is a carnival of farm animal sounds for children. I'm going to turn that off just so you can see how easily that plays despite the slight bend. One reason I'm making this video is that I've literally sold dozens of these records already out of this case, and most people are very understanding of the condition. When these were made, you know, the technology was not, well, it should be obvious, the technology was not what it is today. So you can see like tiny imperfections in here, even though this is brand new pressed. You know, a needle never hit it until I just put it on just now, but there's tiny imperfections which are from the manufacturing process and a normal part of these records. You could hear a few little pops and skips. I did have one or two people out of several dozen complain to me that the record sounded like it had pops and skips or scratches. Well, you need to expect that kind of a thing with this old recording technology. Now I'm going to very carefully put the other side on. Like I said, I've sold dozens of these, and 99% of the people who bought them were just totally thrilled with them. But I thought it would be interesting for my Etsy shop to put this on here and give everyone just a little taste of what it is, because it's in a picture on a site like Etsy where it's for sale, it just really doesn't do it justice. It's a lot of fun to actually hear the song. And I wanted everybody to know that despite these little imperfections from the manufacturer and from the age, that you can see right there how it's not totally flat, but that's okay. That's not a condition issue. That's just the way this has aged. It's still in the same state as it ever was. It's never been worn down from overuse like you'd find with a used recording. Okay, I'm going to turn on. This is our A side now, Fuzzy Wuzzy. You can hear what I was talking about a little bit. It is a little bit, well, fuzzy. There's a little bit of scratchiness to the sound itself, but you can see it plays perfectly. There's no distortion in the sound. There's no skipping. I'm going to turn this down just slightly. It plays like a dream. This is what it would sound like if you were back in the year 1950 buying this brand new at a record store. This is exactly what you would hear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy.
It's really a funny song if you think about it. You really listen to the lyrics.
In the North barber shop, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy.
And on the back side of the sleeve that the record comes in are the complete lyrics printed out, so you can actually follow along with the record.
Wuzzy was a bear.
Well, you get the idea.
Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. Well, come on.
And there you have it. Our mint condition, national label, Fuzzy Wuzzy, 78 RPM record from 1950. Perfect mint condition, just like it came right out of the factory. Right out of the shipper cartons. These are never used. I'll go back over here. Put that down. And here you can see the envelope, which is just in beautiful condition. Like I said, that slight yellowish appearance here in this light is mostly my lighting. It actually displays pretty white. It's like, aside from the aside from these little kind of non-flat issues around the edges here from being in the cartons, it's just like it was made yesterday, but this is over 60 years old. Really fun. So there you have it. You can find these on my Etsy shop, starwarsdan.etsy.com. Thanks for watching.